welcome to Critical Encounters special Twitch stream tonight. It is I, your villainous host Steve, joined by the evil board game lawyer Bill. Hi, Bill. How's it going?
It's going good, Steve.
So tonight we are doing a couple things tonight, and our first piece here is we have some organized play product that we want to give away. We've been doing our challenges all summer. Bill, these have been a lot of fun. You've made up some of these. I've made up some of these. And
yeah, I really like talking over it with you too, like kind of in the background, like this might be good, this might be good. So it's like kind of a camaraderie there. We're both working on these things together. It's fun.
Yeah, we have folks who have played any of these critical challenges for the summer. We have play tested them beforehand, at least once or twice. So there's been a few where we're like, no, that doesn't work right. We better try something else. So
yeah, I remember you pumped the brakes on mine pretty hard. One of them, but I was getting pretty aggressive.
You're like, hang on. All right. Well, what we're gonna do is we are going to pull the names for July. So the first 4-week challenges. We're going to talk about the challenges, go over some of the results, and then we will randomly choose a winner. I do have some noise going on in my house, so folks will just have to accept that. This is not my regular recording time, so I have family doing stuff.
Minions.
Oh no,
the minions are awake.
I'm her minion. She's the boss.
Gotcha.
And then Romeo has joined us. Hi, Romeo. Welcome. So this is live. I think I'll just leave this on the Twitch. I probably won't copy this over to YouTube. I don't know if it's worthwhile, but we'll see. So let's talk about the first challenge. So the first challenge was something that I made up for 4th of July, and we were calling it the Firework Barrage. And yes. I think maybe what I'll do is I'll read you the challenge, and then Bill will talk about some stats and things that we got on the responses.
Okay, cool.
All right, so it's the 4th of July week here in the U.S., and that means fireworks. So let's try some fireworks of our own on this first week of an organized gameplay challenge. Drang and his friends have come to Earth to celebrate and have already landed. Their ships are in the sky while you are earthbound looking up at the barrage of quote-unquote fireworks that they have brought with them. Can you save the day? So we played with the Brotherhood of Badoon, otherwise known as Drang. Armies of Titan, because that was full of landing craft, and they'd already landed, and the ship command. But we took out the Milano and the rogue vessel from the game, and we immediately advanced to stage 2A. So that's right here on the screen. We've got Drang, the Badoon ship, which was doing the barrage counter, setting off their fireworks every few turns. And then we did advance to 2A, which resolved the charge up right away, and then was like a tighter loss condition, because if this one went over, you'd lose, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know
really
if a lot
accelerated it.
Yeah, I don't know if a lot of people ever get to 2A. I know when I play Drang, I don't often end up on the second stage, so I thought it was interesting to let's push us to the second stage already.
Yeah, I kind of questioned it in my mind. I was like, what? We're cutting out half the game? But really, this put, I felt like a lot of tension. Like, okay, we got to get this game done.
A little bit of pressure from Drang, yeah. And then we came up with this idea of a hardcore mode, which was just like a little tweak, right? You could still play Standard, Expert 2, Heroic 7, whatever it is you wanted to play. And in this one, you would leave in the Rogue Vessel card, which I didn't put that on the screen, but that's one where you take a damage at the end of the villain phase, every villain phase, and the only way to get rid of it is to use the Milano, but we have removed the Milano, so there'd be no way to get rid of it. So Romeo is saying this was a tense challenge. Starting with 4 threat and getting 2 threat per turn meant you pretty much had to keep that scheme at 0, and you're getting zapped with indirect damage. Yeah, that was the hope. So now it did remove a lot of the minions had been pulled, the minion swarm, but I had fun with this one.
I did too. I enjoyed it a lot, and I kind of wondered, like, pulling the Milano out, is that gonna? No, that was fine. I was able to do it without it.
Yeah, the other thing I think it did with removing the Milano was all those cards that gave you a choice: exhaust the Milano, or discard 2 cards, or take damage. you could no longer exhaust the Milano. You had to choose the other options, which often in my games was a no-brainer. You just exhausted the Milano, and now you had to make those choices. So.
That's right. That's very villainous.
Yeah. All right, let me read over a couple stats here for this one.
Okay.
So 78% of the folks did win against the scenario. And
that's good.
So that's like 22% did lose. And people are able to play it multiple times, and they might have put in more than one response, which is totally fine. 57% of folks played it on Expert. So more than half played this on Expert. And then
that's really good.
The remainder played on Standard. Do you want to take a guess on how many people left the Rogue Vessel in? Percentage-wise?
I'll say 70%.
Left the Rogue Vessel in? You're pretty close. 78% left the Rogue Vessel card in, so they played that hardcore mode.
I did. Actually, I played this one 2-player with Maka, and we left it in, and that Rogue Vessel just trashed us.
We got some heroes. I guess I'll mention the heroes who got played the most for 4th of July. It was Storm was the head. I think got the most. She's like 3 or 4 times listed.
No kidding.
Yeah, pretty much everybody else was like a one-shot. Miles and there's a double Nova. So Nova played a couple times too.
Okay. That's thematic here where I live in the Midwest. Generally, 4th of July is full of rain and.
Yeah, well, maybe she could do her own. She could do her own fireworks in the sky with her lightning and Nova as well. So yeah,
push those clouds away.
Yeah,
she could do that too.
All right, so what we're gonna do? Oh, Romeo's like, I already forgot who I played. Well, it was over a month ago, so yeah. He says, did he play War Machine? But I don't see War Machine listed, so.
There was somebody who listed a War Machine, but I don't think it was in this one.
Not this one. But Romeo, I think Romeo, you played Black Panther, if my sheet is correct. It's hard to tell. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to randomly pull a name from the people who entered their contact info that wanted to be entered. Not everybody who played or filled out the form wanted to win. Maybe they already received it. They've already got this from a store, or they're they don't care if they get it. They want someone else to get it. So, like Bill, you played, but I see you took your name out of the contention.
Well, I thought that it might sound rigged if I.
Yeah, maybe. So we do have. Bill's going to pull our random number, and let's see. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So people who did enter more than once, or who filled out the form more than once, are still only getting one chance, just to keep it kind of fair. But it's neat to see their results either way.
And thanks for putting in multiple results. And even if you didn't want to win a prize, it's always nice to see people who enjoyed the challenge. So thanks for submitting it.
Oh, maybe we should talk about the prizes real quick here.
Why don't we? Yeah, kind of split those up a little bit. So
we have some of the greatest minions on the in the Marvel universe here, and we were given a bunch of the organized play alt arts for the X-Men. Who gave me those? I do not want to get this wrong. I want to credit them.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Unless they asked to remain anonymous, but
I don't think they did not. Oh boy. I should have had this ready. That's really.
I meant to ask you. I meant to ask you that too, but Oh.
Let's see here. I gotta scroll back.
Well,
my Discord's being a little weird. I think it was. Was it a Discord? Here, no, it was It was on Facebook. That's why.
Romeo says Mr. M. Magneto. Mr. M. Agneto donated the cards. Is that
nice? No, that's pretty funny. Who's this Charles X character? Okay, I believe it was. Let me see here. This makes for good TV. Okay, I was right. It was Daniel C.
Oh,
or I believe he goes by Danimal.
The Danimal.
Yeah, Daniel C. on Facebook. He makes a lot of comments. I believe he's Danimal on the rest of it. So thank you for all of this. Now, these were opened packs and some random bits and pieces. So it's not like you're going to get a random pack. What we're going to do is Bill was able to kind of go through the prizes and make 8 different packs up. And the winners can choose which pack they want. And we're just going to do it in order from the week 1 gets first choice, work our way down to week 8. And you guys are free to trade with each other or however you want to do it. But so what we're looking at is we've got some. Well, Bill, why don't you tell them what some of the prizes are?
Okay, so I just broke them up into 8 little groups here. And so group number 1, let me just tell you what each group is. There's 3 components to group 1. It's the villain dial, as well as a mission tracker and a gambit card. It's a gambit common card. So gambit's kind of a anti-hero, right? Anti-hero. So I thought he'd go good with the villain dial. Number 2, prize pack number 2 is the hero dial with a mission tracker with that Cyclops guy. He's ultra hero, right? So, and that is a common version of Cyclops. Number 3 is a rare card. Storm is included in that one, as well as Phoenix. And paired those up because I think they work together in the game, right? And synergy in the game. Number 4 is Wolverine, who is a rare, and his fastball special partner is a common version of Colossus. We also, number 5 will be Gambit with his good friend Rogue. Gambit is the rare card. Rogue is the common card, so that's number 5. Number 6 is, now we're getting into the good guys, Pyro, an Alt Art Pyro, along with a Phoenix common and a Shadowcat common. That's group number 6. Number 7 is a alternate version of Sabretooth, along with a copy of the Cyclops common and a Shadowcat common. And group number 8 is another Sabretooth alternate card, but this time paired with Storm common and a Shadowcat common. So those are our 8 different packs, and maybe we can post that somewhere.
I'm recording those, okay. Yeah, and those mission trackers in set 1 and 2 are the little cards that you would get if you went to the play set that tells you try these achievements and stuff. So all right, let's pull this number. Bill is going to randomize. What did I say it is? It's I'll make sure we're doing the right one. Week 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna go with 1 through 8 is what we're gonna do.
Ooh, good chances for somebody to win then. 1 through 8. All right, let's ask my lovely assistant here on my desk. Alexa, give me a random number between 1 and 8.
There's a number between 1 and 8. It's 5. By the way, you have a new notification. You want to hear it?
Probably not now. Thank you.
I don't know that.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so I like that Alexa wants to give away your secrets in the background.
No, please, Alexa, no.
I hope everyone heard that was number 5. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is Jossaru. And Jossaru did submit more than one entry, so did play this several times. So congratulations, Jossaru.
Yeah. They did a podcast for the Solo Champions League for a while there. And I really enjoyed that. So congratulations, Joss.
Yes, I'm going to write it down. Okay. All right, let's move into week 2. We don't have all night here, right?
Yeah, well, you dragged this thing out.
Yeah. So. All right, so let's see. We're going to move on from Drang over to the Absorbing Man. Bill, this was your challenge. Do you want to read it?
Sure. So this was week 2 of the Critical Summer Challenge. Things heat up in the second week. Temperatures are high. Tempers flare as Crusher Creel, the Absorbing Man, and his army of Hydra Flame soldiers set fire to everything in sight. Can you overcome the flames and extinguish his plans? So in this scenario was the Absorbing Man, and I picked Absorbing Man because he does get a little heat, right? And we called this one the Blazing Inferno. And so Blazing Inferno, what I used was Groot's Nemesis set. And the reason for that is because of just all the synergy in that set. And it's just, at the time, there was a lot of smoke and things in the air too. So I thought, well, this is thematic.
Yeah, anyhow, I kind of figured that all the firework barrage had set the forests on fire. So I was like week 1 to week 2. And you had put in go ahead and read the other sets because there was some other stuff in there too.
Let's see what else was in there. I think that's all I did. What I did was with Groot's Nemesis set. Let's see, what was the I put.
Oh, we tucked in Hydra Assault because they had the flamethrower.
That's right.
The flamethrower guys. Yeah.
That's right, Hydra Assault. I missed that. So yeah, the Hydra Flame soldiers are in that one. So if you had them all out on the table, it looked pretty brilliant too. It was nice artwork that would all go together. So anyhow, Fernax is the big baddie in there, and what I did was I started off the game with Blazing Inferno on the table. That's that side scheme, and it is after the villain phase began, deal 2 indirect damage to each player. So it really focused on maybe getting the attention off of the Absorbing Man and trying to get rid of that Blazing Inferno, because, and with the rest of that Nemesis set, up to 4 players is generally what's being played. There's 4 more cards. So we deal 1 to each player face down. So you may end up with Fan the Flames. There's 3 copies of Fan the Flames, which again is when revealed, take 2 indirect damage. So that's some more indirect damage. If Blazing Inferno is in play, take 1 more additional damage. And then if Fernax is out, so if player 1 reveals Fernax and you didn't get rid of the Blazing Inferno, now the other players flip Fan the Flames. Now, like, we're really snowballing on this indirect damage. So
yeah, it took me out a few times with all the indirect damage. Romeo says, really, this is another really indirect damagey one. I think I used Ghost Spider on it. It was a lot to deal with up front, and then once you got the fire under control, then you could handle it. So it felt very thematic.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. Like, again, Absorbing Man is generally thought of as being one of the easier villains to game. Yep. And so why not start out the game with a lot of tension right out of the gate, and then once you put out the fire, then you're back to playing Absorbing Man again. But there are those Fan to Flame cards and those Hydra soldiers that come out that scorch your supports and get rid of your board state. Here your board state generally is probably jammed up because you're dealing with all of these Infernos at the beginning, and then finally you get a support out, and then a Hydra Flame soldier comes along and
and then to make it worse, if you wanted to play hardcore mode, each player began the game in a cloud of smoke and was confused, making it even harder to get rid of Blazing Inferno. So
that's right.
Yeah. All right.
That's the way I played it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was tough that way. Well, let's look at some of the stats here. Did you win the scenario? 75% did. Okay. Difficulty. This got split up. We have 50% of the folks played on expert. 33% played on standard, and 16% played on expert 2. So it's some folks really take it on. So
they saw Absorbing Man was like, oh, this is going to be a piece of cake.
Yeah. Yep. And 66% of the folks played on hardcore mode, so they started off confused.
Yeah. I actually saw some people do playthroughs of it online as well, and some of them really got scorched.
And this was the first time we asked how many folks were playing. This, I got to tell you, these seem like solo games or folks are playing in the summer. So 92% of the folks played solo. And then
wow.
Yeah, there was like a little bit of 2-player.
Yeah. Would have liked to have seen somebody, a 4-player game of this one. All these flames just flaring up everywhere.
Oh, Darth?
That would have been.
Dialga. I'm definitely saying his name wrong. Darth Dial GA96 did not see many of the fire cards, just a lot of Absorbing Man. Okay. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, 4-player.
Either you took care of that fire early or it raged out of control.
Yeah. So this time around, it looks like Ghost Spider had like 4 showings. So she's a firefighter. Okay, so then we did ask folks this time for like some good stories. So we picked a couple random stories here. So this, and I don't know who said any of these. These are just that way. It's a little more random here. But despite the raging flames, Absorbing Man managed to stay icy cool the entire fight and slowly add threat before hitting a huge advance to seal the deal. Even Scarlet Witch's Chaos Manipulation couldn't find a boost card low enough to save herself. Oh,
okay.
She lost. Nice.
All right. That second one there. This one almost seems kind of bitter. There's both Nemesis out at once. That's all it says.
What's up?
I'm hoping they were using Phoenix.
I got a little noise in the background. Bill, read a few more while I mute.
Sure. I'll take over this one. This individual said that they lost on turn 1. Now, I didn't intend for that to happen necessarily, but sorry, I think it's funny. Lost on turn 1 from indirect damage. A second attack I couldn't block. I'm sorry that I didn't really think anybody would get knocked out turn 1, but I guess they did. The next one says lost on turn 2, had a really great start, but on turn 2 defended against a huge attack, and then he drew a new environment, which surged into Cruel Intentions. Oh no. And then a Dark Dealings with 2 boost cards, which popped the main scheme. That's another delightfully awful story. Lost on turn 2.
Yeah, I like that. 1 and 2. Okay. All right. So those were some of our good stories on this guy. Let's pull a winner here, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure I'm in the right one. This is week 1 fireworks. I'm going to close week 1 out. Okay, week 2. Let's see. Oh, eight folks again. So we got 8 randomized. And I think folks could win twice. I don't think there's a reason. Oh, wait a minute.
Why not?
Hold on, wait. I do have a repeat name here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 through 7. For some reason, it didn't combine these two, but they're the same email address. So
it's okay. So we'll ask Alexa for a random number between 1 and 7.
Here's a number between 1 and 7. It's 5.
Ooh, 5 again. Random. How random is this?
She is random.
Yes. All right. So number 5 is Joss Ives. Joss Ives?
Joss Ives.
Jossives. I don't know. That's not the same person as last time. It's Jossives.
No.
Jossives.
Okay. All right. Joss.
Congratulations.
So, number 5, and on both instances was a Joss, right? So,
yeah. Okay.
So 2 5s, 2 Josses so far. So congratulations, Joss.
Yes, congratulations. All right, let's go on to week 3.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That was one that you had a large hand in creating.
Yes, week 3. All right, I'm going to close out week 2 because I have a lot of other open screens. Let's move over to week. This was Crossbones with Brothers Grimm, Tombstone, and Lady Deathstrike. So this was a little weird one. I was calling it new toys. So it's time to have some summer fun in week 3 with a bunch of new toys. Crossbones has teamed up with Lady Deathstrike, Tombstone, and the Brothers Grimm to try out a bunch of different toys. Find out if they are just a minor interference or a Grimm challenge. So you're going to play with Crossbones, Running Interference, Brothers Grimm, and the Deathstrike modular set. The special rules for this one were a little different. So, Crossbones has his experimental weapons deck. We're going to get rid of that. We're not going to use any of the experimental weapons. And instead, we took every attachment out of the encounter set from Running Interference, Brothers Grimm, and Deathstrike and made them the experimental weapons deck, we did leave Crossbones' machine gun and his armor in the encounter deck. So you shuffle those all up, you put them out, and if you wanted to play hardcore, and you would reveal one additional card from the experimental weapons deck, which could be one of like, the corrosive egg bomb or media coverage or adamantium claws. So sometimes they went on you, sometimes they went on Crossbones.
Which I love that these are experimental non-weapons.
Yeah, none of them were weapons. You're right.
Yeah.
Improvised weapons, yeah, experimental attachments, I guess.
Yeah, we're not gonna take anything away from them though, because any of them can mess you up.
Yeah, Darthy there, he noticed everyone has like a white skull face, right? The Grim, Tombstone, Crossbones, Deathstrike. That's pretty good. And Romeo said it was his favorite so far. Super tough. It made Crossbones feel fresh since it wasn't the same experimental weapons. Yeah, and I suggest you do that with anytime you want to play him. Put in Osborne Tech. Make that the experimental weapons deck. Ransacked Armory. Make that the experimental weapons deck. Like anything that has attachments, put the attachments in there. Give it a try. All right. Well, let's look at some stats.
I liked it. That was a good one.
Yeah, I had fun. I played this one a bunch too, trying to check it out. Because what could happen too is you'd get like a Raid the Armory, and there'd be no attachments in the deck, so you'd hit an acceleration token, and the main schemes have low threat threshold, so it could hit pretty hard.
Yeah, and I managed in my games to get a lot of the Brothers Grimm stuff out, so it was really bizarre stuff coming out at you.
You could start the game if you're playing hardcore mode with immediate coverage and an all tied up. So
that's right.
Yeah, you're like, no.
Oh, that media coverage was no joke either.
Oh, Romeo had 3 acceleration tokens because of Raid the Armory. Yeah, well, it went from like a little, it's Insight 1 big deal, to this, oh no, don't give me this card. Till you at least got some cards in the discard pile. Right. All right, so did you win? 53% did win.
53%,
more than half won. Okay.
But still, that means almost half lost.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
All right, difficulty, we've got 69% played on expert. So that's tough.
Okay.
23% played on standard, and 7% played on standard 2.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Hardcore mode, yes, 61% played hardcore mode. So they started with that second card. So
I like that too. Normally, the Crossbones has 4 weapons. So how many was in the deck?
It's like 8. Yeah.
Okay, so you got a chance to add even more.
Yeah, if you played expert hardcore, I think you could start the game with 3 out right off the bat. So
that's great.
Yeah,
I like it.
All right, and this one we bumped up to 23% of folks played 2-player. Otherwise, it was everyone played solo. So
okay.
And it looks like the hero of choice was Adam Warlock. Having 3 people playing with Adam Warlock.
They win?
I didn't really collate that information, so
that's all right. That's okay.
I do see some spider suits in there, and there was 2 of those. That was the next closest. And there's that War Machine, Romeo. So
the War Machine.
Yeah. All right, Bill. Why don't you read us one of the things?
Let's see. One of the experiences was Crossbones was down to just 1 hit point on his last turn, and he pulled 3 encounter cards, and they put 4 exclamation points behind that. They must have been great ones. It says it almost killed poor Rhodey. Was it Rhodey? But he survived and plinked that last damage for the win.
Yeah, I think he means James Rhodes, right? War Machine.
We think that's who it was.
Yeah. That's Romeo.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. All right, this other one is Crossbones with different attachments in the experimental weapon deck. Oh, okay. No, sorry, that's what week 3 was. Okay, here's one. Gamora got tied up and media coverage the same turn. That was my favorite. And then I couldn't get rid of it for 2 turns. Raid the Armory hit twice, giving us massive accelerations because there was no weapon in the deck. We ended up losing game 1 to advance. We collected ourselves and beat Crossbones to the ground game 2. This is really fun, challenging scenario. Love the new rules for it. So.
Yeah. That was a nice experience. There's another one here. It says, I'm kind of reading this one with a sad face. It says, I managed to end a turn with Tombstone, Lady Deathstrike, and Brothers Grimm on the board at the same time. I did not survive another full villain phase.
No, I wouldn't think so. Well, all 3 big baddies at the same time, plus Crossbones. That's awesome. That's great.
Let's see. There's a few more here. Let's see.
Yeah, I'll do the next one.
Yeah.
Well, my intention was to have Ironheart play support while Colossus did a bunch of damage, but Ironheart had to do it all while every attachment melted the Metal Man, including the final 20 damage since Colossus left the fight early. Wait a minute. Was that you and me?
I don't know.
I think that was our game. Yeah.
Was it?
I don't know. Didn't we play something where I died and you had to go on and win the whole thing?
I mean, we've had a few of those, actually.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not sure who that was. It sounds like something that Bill and I had happened to Bill and I, but maybe not. Maybe it wasn't us.
Here's another one. It says, Drew Brothers Grimm turn 1, and also pulled all of their attachments from the experimental weapons deck. Killed our setup. Also had a perfect hand with Valkyrie that was destroyed by her obligation.
Oh, yeah, her obligation. Yeah.
I mean, what'd you expect? You're playing Valkyrie.
Yeah.
These are fun. These are fun. Thanks for sharing, folks.
Yeah. All right. Let's pull a winner here. Okay. Enter your contact if you want to be entered. So
calculating.
I'm looking at number 5.
Yeah.
9. We're looking for magic number 9. There's 9 folks.
And 9. Okay, good. So, Alexa, can you give me a random number between 1 and 9?
There's a number between 1 and 9. It's 6.
6 this time.
6 is somebody called Guy Ryan Jr. Guy Ryan Jr.
All right.
All right.
Good job, Guy.
All right. Guy Ryan Jr. All right, I'm going to write that down.
Congratulations.
Okay. All right, last one, week 4.
All right.
Okay.
4. This was a fun one, I thought, too.
Some noise in the background here. It's all right. So, this is Shark Week. Bill let me know that it was Shark Week that week. So, we did we called an audible, and instead of doing Loki this week, we made up a quick Shark Week.
Yeah, I pushed that one forward in honor of 35 years of Shark Week. Right? So, I used to watch it when I was younger, and my friends and I would get together and watch it, and it was just, I don't know. I've always liked it.
Yeah,
I'm watching shark shows all week this week.
Yeah. Bill, Romeo says your voice woke up his Alexa, and it also said 6.
Okay. All right. That does happen from time to time when I'm streaming.
All right, so Shark Week. It's Shark Week. In fact, it's the 35th anniversary of Shark Week, and the collector wants his piece of the week. He's decided he needs to collect sharks during Shark Week. You can't let him ruin Shark Week. You must save the sharks. Did I say sharks enough? Some of those sharks are from the stars or half tiger or are really good at cards. So, anyhow, it's time to play Collector Shark Week. We tried to give some hints that we were going to do a shark thing, and people were thinking maybe Zola, and it was like, no, Collector. So.
Yeah.
I
was kind of thinking somewhere, it's kind of the same thing along the lines with Absorbing Man gets a little heat, Collector 1 gets a little bit of heat too. So,
yep.
It's nice to include them in a different setting.
Yeah, I thought so too. All right, so you're going to play with Collector 1, no encounter set, which meant you were not going to put in Galactic Artifacts, which is like the required one, but you're not going to play with that one. You're still going to put in Standard, Expert, whatever, and you're going to play with the special set of rules. You're going to put in Tiger Shark, Card Shark, and the 2-star sharks.
Ooh, let's have a look at them.
So, oh yeah, thank you. Let's see, where are they? Here we go. Boom. And then that's all 4 sharks that exist if you own everything. I was thinking, like, if you're playing electronically, you could just put in 15 star sharks if you wanted, right?
Good.
You could. but that didn't make a lot of sense for folks, who don't play that way. And so the special rule, though, because I did want there to be a lot of sharks in the deck, was when a card with the shark in the title would go into the collection. Instead, you put a face down like shark proxy card into the collection, and you shuffle the real shark back into the encounter deck. So the real sharks would basically stay in the deck unless they got discarded as a boost. Otherwise, they're always going to be in the deck, or
they
kept in play.
They kept circling. Didn't they?
And those proxy cards were basically a regular card. You could remove them from the collection. They just left the game. And you could not win if there were any sharks in the collection. So it made it even harder.
I know.
Yeah. Plus, if you wanted to play hardcore, you started off with a proxy shark in the collection. So.
Yep. One in there already. So.
Yeah. You have a guess on what the percentage of win was this time around?
Oh my goodness. So half the people lost to Crossbones, and Collector, he's no slouch. I'm going to say that 45% was winner on this one.
It was 85% of people won.
85?
Yes.
So people did well on this one.
People did really well on this one. Yep. But 57% played on standard, which is higher than most of the other ones. People did not want to play expert, so.
No, I passed on that myself.
Yeah,
I was like, no.
There's still like 43% people played expert, so that's still a lot.
Yeah. No, that's. And how did they do?
It's hard to. The data isn't really.
Parse that out.
Yeah. But take a guess on hardcore mode, percentage wise.
Which was to start with a shark in the collection?
Yeah.
So half the people did that.
Correct. Exactly half.
Really? Okay.
Yep. And this time around, 43% of the games were 2-player, and the rest were solo. So we had a little bit more percentage on that.
It's nice. It's nice to have.
Yep.
Or multiplayer. Is this game really? I played it for solo for like the first 2 years until we started playing, and I enjoy it so much in 2-player.
Yeah, 2-player is really good. Yeah. And we did not have a hero that stood out. They were all singletons.
Okay.
Mostly some X-Men and some spiders. Not really any champions. Wait, only one Avenger. The rest were non-Avengers. So there we go.
Oh wow.
Romeo took 3 tries. He only put his win in. Oh, you only entered your win. You got to enter your losses too. Oh, because those are wins for us.
I know, and I wonder how many people did that. Like played several games and then finally recorded their win.
Yeah. So. Well, we also asked how many cards were in the collection at the end of the game. 14% of people had 5 cards in the collection at the end of the game. That was the end of the game for them.
Right. just finished them off.
Yep. 42% had 4 cards in the collection.
Okay.
So that's on the verge. 28% had 3 cards in the collection, and 14% had 2 cards in the collection. Nobody ended the game with only 1 or no cards in the collection. Or
really?
Maybe I didn't have 0 listed as an option, but yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but there was a lot of cards in the collection at the end of the game. So.
Yeah, I think my last game had like 3 in a. The game's got to end now.
Like, clear the shark, moving on. Yeah.
Get the shark out of there and forget everybody else.
All right, why don't you read us a story?
Okay. Here's one. It says, I left Tiger Shark and Star Shark on the board for multiple turns because my collection was quite full and I was close to the end of the encounter deck. So I was trying to avoid getting shuffled back into a short deck. The game took forever. 18 turns.
18 turns, wow.
So they were just juggling, swatting sharks, trying not to fill the collection. So
well, I like if you don't want them to go in the collection, but if the encounter deck only has 4 cards in it and you shuffle 2 cards back in that are sharks, they're just going to come back out with quick strike maybe and get you, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And those sharks, none of them are a slouch. You don't want them just hanging out because they're biting you hard.
They all attack for 3. So.
Yeah, that's what was scaring me because finally just playing this game. These guys are tearing me up.
Yeah, I mean, Tiger Shark attacks for 3, gets a tough. The Star Shark attacks for 3, which is indirect. And the Card Shark attacks for 3, but then you discard cards from your deck and you take indirect damage. So he's actually hitting for more. So.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. All right, the next person said, I learned that the circulatory system is more than 60,000 miles long. Okay. Theirs or sharks? I don't know. That's what they put in. I thought that was interesting. I don't know if that was what that means.
Maybe they were watching Shark Week while they were playing Shark Week.
Oh yes, yep. And that's
very good.
Yeah. All right.
And that's the kind of stuff you learn on Shark Week. Here's the next one. It says, Tiger Shark turned on the collector and ate him. I'd say that's pretty good karma. I think I know who submitted that one.
I wonder who submitted that.
Yeah. Well, I know for a fact that in this game, karma took over Tiger Shark, and Tiger Shark got the killing blow on the collector. So
yeah, that's pretty awesome.
That was fun.
Yeah. Okay, only one shark sighting, unfortunately. Wow, that's rare. Gamora and Nebula took out stage 2 in one turn, which was bananas. Always sad to see a good villain turn on one of their companions.
Wow, only saw one shark. I was drawing sharks and drawing them for boosts. The Card Shark had 3 boost icons on him. I remember him getting drawn.
Yeah, they lucked out.
What the other ones had. Yeah, so the other ones, the Card Shark, the Star Shark, what did he have on his special boost?
He's a star, deal 1 damage to each character you control.
Oh, yeah. And then
Tiger Shark gives a tough to the villain.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
All right, read that last one.
Let's see. After Colossus and Gambit got stuck in shark-infested waters, Wolverine and Gambit came to toss electrocuted sharks into a speed blender.
Nice.
All right.
So that was some of those. Okay, let's look at winners here. How many? One. So it does seem like folks we're getting a slightly fewer as the summer goes on. Hopefully, folks are out enjoying themselves.
Hey, that just ups the chances that whoever did submit one can win an OP prize.
Yeah, we're only looking at 1 out of 6 here.
Okay. All right, let's talk to the assistant here. Alexa, a random number between 1 and 6.
There's a number between 1 and 6. It's 3.
Number 3.
Oh, he's on the stream with us tonight. It's Romeo.
Oh, Romeo.
Oh, all right. There you go.
Congratulations, Romeo.
Congratulations. Woo, yeah, woo. All right. That's nice when that works out. And what does your Alexa say, Romeo?
Yeah. He's going to say 3. He's going to say 3.
Yeah, that's 3. Yeah, even if it said 10.
It verified it, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, it didn't wake up that time. Oh, Alexa. No. All right. That's our first 4 weeks. That went a little longer than I had anticipated it going. But, folks, if you can reach out to us, it's at 6. We'll reach out to you and we'll get you. We're going to go week 1 through 4. And we're just going to let week 1 pick which pack they want and work our way down through 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then at the end of August, we'll do it again for 5, 6, 7, and 8, like the last 4 weeks. So
this is the first week in August that we're in right now. That's Loki.
It's Loki. Yep. And we have next week's challenge already in mind and it's ready to go.
Good.
And we're working on some ideas for week 7 and week 8. I do want to try to do like a hero challenge, but they're just so much harder to come up with. Next challenge hint. Sure. Next challenge hint. Well, Romeo, I'm going to say, I'll give you the name of it. Okay. That's what I'm going to, it's called A Day at the Beach. A Day at the Beach.
Bring your suntan lotion.
Yeah. Darth, yeah, we're glad to keep doing these. We're going to, Loki's tough. But there'll be more. There'll be more chances to win and more time to play. And, All right, well, I have to go because it's almost 9 o'clock, and that means I'm supposed to hop on with the other guys and play. I don't know who's Bill might be joining us or not. I have to check in.
See.
Daniel was supposed to go on vacation, but he got sick, so he didn't go on vacation. I don't know if he's able to play or if he is sick. So,
well, I'll either be playing or watching, either one.
Oh, Darth suggests a day at the beach might include a claw-themed crab scenario. Do we have any crabs? I don't think we have any crabs. I do like that, though.
But, yeah. You could make one.
Yeah. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. And come back in probably 10 or 15 minutes or less. Watch for the announcement, and we'll be streaming hopefully our Mojo third and final scenario for the Mojo campaign that we are playing.
All right. Congratulations to my fellow minions who won. And
yes.
Thanks for listening.
Joss Aru, Joss Ives, Guy Ryan, and the Romeo. So. All right. And have a good night, folks. Bye-bye.
Yep. Take care.